Welcome to Forest Bathing. This is when I give you a virtual tour of the Lilydale Woods, and you get to experience a taste of Shinrin-yoku, which is the Japanese term for forest bathing. It's a form of forest therapy, and since the 1980s has been well studied in Japan. They have found many health benefits, mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual benefits from forest bathing. So I wanted to share that with you today, because the Lilydale Woods are so beautiful, even at this time of year. And you could probably see behind me the evergreen. Keep this space green and lush among the brown of the trunk of the trees. And you can see as light filters through this section how beautiful it is. The glorious sunshine beaming through, finding its way to the forest floor, just as the divine rays find their way to us. And we let the light in. So I'm going to walk and talk and sometimes pause a bit to take in the beauty that is the springtime of the Lilydale Woods. So one of the things that when you're forest bathing that's important to keep in mind is that all five senses are engaged in the experience. And so you have the sight of the greens and the browns and the blue of the sky. And some of the most calming colors are blue and green. They're very calming for the nervous system. And it's something that those who want to relax their vision, their eyes, they're told to gaze upon a field of green. And so we have that field of green in the woods. So that we connect on that innate level, absolutely. And then we have the wind in the trees, and when there are leaves or when there's a bit of a breeze that comes through, there's a whisper in the trees. Can you hear it? The term is called zitherism. You can hear just a little bit of that, and I can also hear the birds in among the trees calling a bit softly right now. We have the dappling of sunlight in this space, and I can lift my face to the sun and feel it upon the skin of my face, and as the sunlight touches my hair. And you can share in that experience with me, the feeling of being in the woods and the feeling of inhaling this beautiful air that is around us in this space. And below my feet are the autumn leaves that have been breaking down a bit over the winter time, and you can hear just a little bit of the crunch. And so there's a mindfulness that comes into play when you're doing Shinrin-yoku or forest bathing. And there's a wonderful way to bring your attention to all of those experiences. You can go up to a tree and you can gently touch the tree and connect with it and feel the deeper movements of connection with the earth and with Mother Nature, as it were. And while I'm out here, I just wanted to also share a bit about what happens to you on a physiologic and psychological level. So you have these beautiful cells in your body that defend you. Those white blood cells, the leukocytes that everyone talks about, but there are many different kinds of leukocytes that are part of this. And we have what are called the natural killer cells. They're kind of like the ninja the ninjas of the white blood cells, and they actively seek out anything that is a bacterial infection, a virus infection, possibly cancer cells, and they're smart enough to target all of that in your cells. And forest bathing, because they've been studying forest bathing in Japan because they feel so special about it, and in other countries as well, and it's been scientifically proven to increase your immunity and to decrease your risk of cancer and really help you to recover from illness faster. So you can see that that in itself would be very important, to go and walk in the woods. And we have the opportunity to do that in our area. I hope that you take advantage of some of the gentle walks that you can be on in your life. And you also decrease your risk of heart attack. It's the studies, multiple forest bathing studies have demonstrated its ability to significantly reduce blood pressure, stress levels, and the pulse rate, and that a trip through the woods will increase your body's levels to be anti-inflammatory. So it has an anti-inflammatory effect and protects you against disease. To be out in the woods does that. And I can hear. Can you hear that? The peepers. The spring peepers are out. The little frogs. They might hear me. Shh. They'll probably start again. So the spring peepers are out. So exciting, because it is a sign of spring, and when we have the spring peepers come out, it means that we're getting closer and closer to not having frosts, and so that's very exciting. I love any signs that are pointing us towards summer. It's one of my favorite times of year. All the trees are busting out in their glory, and you can see certain trees are starting to bud out and produce little green, that special spring green is on the trees. And of course the evergreens keep it sweet through here, and the green mosses are really starting to show themselves on the logs in the area. So you might see that in our walk today. So there's a revitalization effect that forest bathing has. It really helps to mood boost you and give you better sleep. And the forest air is noticeably fresher than city air. And I tend to be a small town country girl myself, so I fully embrace this kind of slower, simpler life. You've probably guessed that about me already, though. And there is the wonderful relief to soothing aching muscles when you just sort of slowly walk and feel that connection with the ground. So as I'm walking, I'm very conscious of where my feet are being placed. I'm using this a bit like a Zen mindfulness walk, even while I'm talking and connecting with you. And I just saw a squirrel quietly bounding through the woods, leaping from a log across the path and up a tree to scurry up. And so I'm always looking for things like that. I like seeing the animals come out, and so that's why I tend to whisper when I'm out here. And it's something that when we aim to have that forest therapy, we really slow down and we become immersed in this world that we have right in front of us. So I'm going to turn the camera around just so that you can have a bit of a view, not of me, but of the woods, because that's what we're here to do. It's really beautiful to be along the path. And you can see sometimes the branches come down. So you learn to duck and weave through these. And we're consciously connecting with the earth in these moments to improve the experience. And I like to enjoy looking at the trees and the different shapes I see. And sometimes I'm aware of faces. And just now I see one, but I don't know that you'll be able to see it. I see an owl. The body and head of an owl on this tree trunk that I have never seen before. And I walk this path regularly, but I've just now seen it with you. So I get to share that experience with you right now. And you can see the pine cones and the bits and pieces of twigs. And I can breathe. And because it's spring, and we also have the shade of the trees, there's a nice coolness to the air. So it has a freshness to it. And then we see these trees, a pair of trees that have grown together in light and in love. And as they go up, they still are together. They're sharing this space. They're sharing the nutrients together in love and in light. And we can see trees that have toppled over, and these spaces that are a bit swampy because we're close to Casadega Lake. It really is beautiful. I think those are skunk cabbage that are just starting to pop up. And what's so special about walking the woods at this time of the year is you can really start to see things come on, because not everything is thick with the foliage right now. So you have a clearer view into all of it. And I love this beautiful Kelly green color. So I'm going to go over here more because that's what calls to me. That healing green color. Look how beautiful that is. And the ferns are growing through here. So peaceful. What I'll do is I will take us over through here. You always have to do a bit of creative stepping in the muddy zones. There's this beautiful water that flows right through here. So we are on an island here in Lilydale. An island in the sense that the water does wrap around us and can sometimes flood. But isn't it beautiful to be part of this forest walk together, knowing that we can experience, even if on our own minds, the quiet and the peacefulness that walking the woods can bring. So I really wanted to share this beautiful green that is coming on in our springtime here in Lilydale, and to share a bit about that forest bathing so that you could feel some of the peace and joy and comfort today, and know that you are part of this circle of life, that we are all connected and we are in this together to experience the divine presence with each other and with nature, and the fullness of life is within each one of us. So let's all take a deep breath right now. And this breath is a conscious reminder that each moment is precious. And we have a choice of how deep or how shallow we live and breathe. We take these moments to consciously connect with all that is, to feel the beauty of each and every day, to take our energy into the quiet spaces that we need to restore us in this moment, here and now, giving over to God anything we need to give. We can leave at the feet of God and feel uplifted by the sacred expressions and the sacred experiences that we have. Thank you for sharing and forest bathing with me today. And in the future, I hope that you find many opportunities to connect with the forest and with your own souls. And if you don't have a forest available to you, I want to let you know that you could even just stand beneath a single tree and inhale deeply, and that will benefit your body to some degree. And you could find a patch of healthy grass or go to a nature park. And there's even some evidence that focusing on a picture of a forest may have some health benefits. So that's why I thought if I shared this with you visually today, you could have that experience vicariously with me and feel benefit in your life in the here and the now. God bless.